It's been another busy day for crypto airdrops, so let's not waste any time and jump into the first and biggest claim of the day, which is the Drift token on Solana. Now, the eligibility checker for Drift has been live for a while, but as of this morning, you can actually go and claim your tokens. They used an interesting new mechanic where you could claim 50% of your allocation at the beginning of the claim period, and then gradually that would increase over a 6-hour period, and then after 6 hours, you could claim the full 100% allocation. But at any point in there, you could actually cut it off and claim the tokens that you had vested, and you would give up the remaining amount. So I managed to claim 943 Drift. Now my full allocation was actually 1,300, but I was watching the price chart of this thing go down, down, down. And so I actually claimed somewhere around here and sold for around, I think, 41 cents per token. And then after that, the price has continued to dump, as is the case with pretty much every single airdrop on claim day now. So it appears to have bottomed, at least temporarily, at 26 cents. I don't want to speak prematurely on that, because of course this thing could still keep dumping. So yeah, some interesting game theory involved in this one. I claimed around 75% of my actual full allocation and sold it at a much higher price than it's currently at. So I feel like actually net that was a good decision. Although in the long run, who knows, this thing could still run. Now, the only other thing I'll say about Drift is that if you were falsely flagged as a Sybil and had your initial allocation removed, you still have a chance to fill out this form here. So if you click this button here, you can submit an appeal for a mistaken Sybil identification and potentially actually still get an allocation. Because I know that when they went through and they weeded out a bunch of people calling them Sybils, they actually excluded unique individual users of the protocol that have actually potentially been trading on Drift for a long time. So definitely go fill out an appeal form if you haven't already. All right, seeing as how we're already talking about the Solana ecosystem, let's talk now about Sanctum, because tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, there's gonna be new points multipliers for 4 different LSTs. So this is the list right here. We got Juicy Soul, Lantern Soul, Power Soul, and Stake Soul. So each one of these is going to earn 2x points starting tomorrow at noon. So that means for a 24-hour period, you have an opportunity to earn more points and rank up relative to people that aren't rotating their funds around trying to take advantage of these multipliers. Now, in terms of the optimal strategy for this, you could split your funds evenly amongst all of them, or you could potentially actually go more heavily into certain ones. So for example, Stake Soul, which is run by the Stake City team, does have their own airdrop campaign on with a point system, and they will be dropping a token as well. So possibly actually makes more sense to rotate heavily into Stake Soul as opposed to some of the other ones on the list, which may or may not come with any additional benefits. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'll probably put one in each of the others and then the rest into Stake Soul, because I'm trying to also think about this holistically and thinking maybe that it makes sense to rank up at least all of the pets to a certain level. So yeah, I think I'm gonna work on the Stake Soul guy for the next 24-hour period starting tomorrow and take advantage of that points multiplier. And then when it comes to actually swapping into these, you can use the trade tab here to swap from Soul into the new LSTs, or you should also definitely check on Jupiter to see where you can get the best rates, because sometimes they're not the same and you want to make sure that you're not getting hit with significant slippage. And then speaking about Jupiter, there's actually a couple of updates for this. So next week, they're going live with the next round of voting. I already said I'm going to be voting for D-Bridge. That has not changed, but they've made some updates on the staking and voting platform. So actually, as of now, you can do a partial unstake. Previously, you had to either be all in or all out, but now if you want to go and unstake, say, a smaller percentage of your total stack, then you can do that. It does still take 30 days to unstake, but then you don't have to unstake the full amount. So I feel like that's a pretty solid improvement to the platform. And then the other thing that they're doing, which will impact voting next week, is that when you click on a proposal to vote, it's going to actually have a timer countdown. It's going to force you, well, it's not going to force you to read it, but it's going to force you to at least stay on that page. And theoretically, you should be reading the proposal before voting on it. So that is the other change that they're making. So yeah, stay tuned for more on this. And when the votes are actually live next week, I will let you know. Then the final piece of Solana airdrop alpha that I'll say is that SolLayer actually launched their Epoch Zero deposits. And this is the new restaking platform on Solana. It's like EigenLayer, but for Solana. So if you had an invite code, and I already put all of the ones that I had available in the video yesterday, then you actually have access to this. The TVL caps are probably going to be hit pretty soon, but if you're watching this and there's still time, Totally up to you if you want to do this. I did a little bit more research and decided that I was willing to put just a small amount into this so that I can be into this on day one and actually potentially take advantage of the multipliers for being an early adopter. After doing a little bit more research on them, they actually do seem legit, although of course there's major risks associated with anything like this. This is a new, relatively untested DeFi protocol on Solana, and then of course the whole restaking thing is in some ways a giant Ponzi. The cap for this is $20 million and there's about 5 million left, so potentially there will still be time. But before you deposit, just know that assets are going to be locked until Epoch 3, and that's when they'll be withdrawable. So if you're making a deposit, then make sure that you don't actually need that money for anything else in the interim. All right, let's move on now to the Ethereum ecosystem and specifically Linea. So as of right now, today, the Linea Surge is actually live. If you haven't signed up yet, you do need to actually go to the Linea Voyage page, connect a wallet, and sign a message. Once you do that, you will be earning points for the Surge, and this is going to be either a 6-month campaign, I know, or until they reach 3 billion in TVL. So hopefully, honestly, that second metric gets hit first. And as this campaign goes on longer and longer, the amount of points or LXPL that you earn for providing liquidity goes down at each epoch or volt. So actually, you get much more out of putting it in early, and then it decreases by 10% every month until it reaches the final point. So if you were in with 0.1 ETH or more before yesterday at midnight UTC, you're getting an early adopter multiplier for the first volt or the first month, and then the more that you add, the more points that you get. Now, there's actually a dashboard by Open Block Labs that is going to be showing the points. However, apparently they won't be actually appearing here until Monday, May 20th. So at that point, you'll be able to come and see how you are progressing for this relative to other people. Now, in terms of the best way to maximize LXPL, they do have this older blog post talking about specific assets providing liquidity on specific platforms or dApps, but they have not provided any more specific guidance recently, although I did notice they scheduled an AMA for tomorrow, so I think we'll learn more soon about what we can actually do to maximize for this airdrop campaign. All right, the next Ethereum L2 that is dropping, and this one coming much sooner, is the Blast airdrop. Now, they have pushed their airdrop date out yet again to June 26th, and they've announced that there's going to be 2 more distributions of Blast Gold before the airdrop actually occurs. That's really all there is on that. We just have to wait a little bit longer for this one. I have not been really actively farming Blast, as I've said in multiple of my other videos. However, there is actually a Blast Gold distribution live right now from District 1, which you can go and claim. I got a tiny amount for whatever tiny amount of activity I've done on Blast. All right, next, let's move to the Mode L2. So since they launched their token, it's been kind of down only, but this is hopefully going to help with that problem because they've announced new rewards for staking the Mode token. Previously, until today, all you got for staking Mode was just a points multiplier for round 2 of their airdrop campaign if you could stake a pretty sizable amount. But now you're going to be earning OP rewards as well, which incentivizes staking and holding the token much more than previously. So this is live as of now and is going for 10 weeks. And all you need to do if you want to participate is to stake Mode tokens in the dashboard here. They've now added this little banner and it actually shows you what percentage APY you're getting on staking those tokens relative to all the other people staking. So I've actually been seeing the APY percentage tick down today, which suggests to me that more people are staking Mode as a result of this. All right, within the Mode ecosystem, there's another airdrop that's coming, and this one is from the Ionic Money, which is a money market application on the Mode L2. So now you can go check your eligibility for the airdrop, and actually they want you to sign a message to confirm, and then after you do that, you can see how many tokens you're going to be getting, and you won't actually need to claim them. They will be airdropped directly to your wallet on May 30th, but not all of them. There's going to be a 3-month vesting schedule. So yeah, this is actually a token claim for a future drop in 2 weeks from today. All right, speaking of claims, the Rabby wallet points system is apparently coming to an end on May 31st, or at least the first round of their point system. So they said today that you need to go and make sure that you claim any points you're eligible to claim before May 31st. And hopefully that means that the token will be coming sometime soon after that. Another token that looks like it's coming soon is the Intent X or INTX token from that perp DEX. So this honestly was a bit of a surprise to me because they're relatively new and they're launching their token pretty quickly. But apparently it's coming on May 23rd. So look forward to that. Okay, next up, let's talk about the Param airdrop, which is one of these SocialFi airdrops I've spoken about previously on the channel. Now, in preparation for this, they want you now to go and connect your Ethereum wallet before May 23rd. So definitely make sure you do this. There's a 1-week deadline on this. And I suppose if you don't connect your wallet, then you won't actually get anything out of the airdrop. And then lastly, today I published a new multi-airdrop 20-for-1 degen high risk, high reward airdrop strategy video. And so this is going to be live on Patreon only for at least a week, giving my Patreon members early access to this. Now, I honestly think this is some of my best work, and this is showing a new way to max qualify for multiple airdrops, all of which are, in my opinion, high tier or high quality airdrop targets. So if you want to join the Patreon, you can do that for $5 per month, and then it also gets you access to the Cove Discord, where we're in there every day talking about airdrop alpha and just generally having a good time. So hopefully you found this video useful. As always, thanks so much for watching and have a great day.